Alright, let's get into the story. I have recorded everything in this journal. Got a leather-bound journal to record everything from my characters. That's how I'll cap it for you. And that is not to say that I won't make mention of things like if Arcanum split off, and stuff like that. That's what we do. Meet back and discuss everything. And the seat is not for Cthulhu, it is for Chesterfield. That's my character's last name. So we're gonna get right into it. Starting on, it is the in-game date of April 23rd, 1889. It's a Thursday. From the previous adventure, I acquired an Egyptian Mao cat, and that I named Seduceret. It was an Egyptian-themed adventure, so I picked the Egyptian pharaoh. He and the other cat that we discovered is now owned by Miss DuPont. I own the Egyptian mom. Miss DuPont owns the other one. I believe it's Monet. Can't remember its name off the top of my head. But our rooms in our house are next to each other, so we decided to put in a cat-sized door between the bedrooms so the cats can that is just the beginning of a small menagerie of animals that we are slowly accumulating. Dr. Boneswater has a dog that he keeps at his residence off. He doesn't live with us necessarily in the house that we acquired by way of destroying houses, by the way. You can ask me about that later. And then we have the two cats. There's a small menagerie and stuff. We'll see you later. Most of us are having tea. A gentleman calls, a Dr. Mortimer, with an exciting case. And he gives us the backstory of how the Baskervilles, the myth. Summary of the case as it was presented to us. Sir Charles Baskerville was murdered. There were large paw prints found at the scene. The next in line, the heir to receive the Baskerville title and fortune and whatnot, is a Henry Baskerville who is in town to receive the inheritance, and we are hired to investigate the case. Also noted, I am abhorred to hear the Browns are getting a basset hound. I fear the damn thing will keep me and Seduceret up all night. As we all know how hounds have that wonderful noise. So that's all that happened on Thursday, April 23rd. We decided to take the case, get well rested, because it was going to be a long. We have our meeting with Sir Henry Baskerville, and we find out that he receives a threatening note. At breakfast, we noticed that a bearded man from earlier that Mr. Lawrence followed the day before was sitting at the restaurant. Miss DuPont tries to track him down, but failed. She went after him and he took off. However, she did find a piece of paper that he had dropped from his pocket. It has several pictograms of people dancing or performing a ritual. Sir Henry invites us to Baskerville Manor. We will leave the following day. April 25th. Veritas leaves with Sir Henry from London to Baskerville Hall. When we arrive, we see that the place is heavily guarded due to the fact that two convicts have recently escaped. When we arrive at Baskerville Hall, we are greeted by Sophie Baskerville, that would be Henry's cousin and daughter to the late Charles. And we are shown to our rooms. Dr. Mortimer then takes his leave to check on his local patients, but will rejoin us later. As we are unpacking, Miss Van Loon shrieks and runs from her room as she discovers the elephant statue in her luggage, purposely planted there by Dr. Noisewater. The elephant thing is a running gag of sorts. small elephant statue seems to place itself near her when we're at our house in London. We're not sure exactly what its purpose is. We had put it in a room dubbed the Stuff Room, and this is where we put things we find in the house that we don't know what to do with. And then it found itself on its dresser. So, again, we did find out that Dr. Nosewater had planted it there, but we don't know the first time if the elephant is actually possessed. It's a little elephant statue, about like that big. Or it's Dr. Nosewater playing a practical joke. Before we adjourn for refreshments, I carved the protection symbol that I had learned from a previous case over the door and my windows. The backstory behind that is I did go insane when we were trying to banish a spirit a monster from our house. As part of my sanity, to regain my sanity, to justify everything, I frequently carved a protection symbol that I cannot reproduce here for obvious reasons because it is quite complicated. But my character transcribes it pretty much everywhere he goes, sort of as a safety precaution. It's sort of like an OCD sort of thing. A lot of people don't take kindly to carving into their wood, but there you go. I have to do it to maintain my sanity. I go to the saloon, for some light reading of the Egyptian Book of the Dead before retiring for the evening. Yes, I plan on having much sanity as I keep reading these books for mythos points and spells. And everyone retires for the evening.